Hi friends, and welcome to my new yard. There's something quite different about this yard versus the previous yard. Well, there's a couple things. One of which is there's a very nice pool, which we'll see at some point. The grass is not near as nice. That's going to be quite a project. And there are lots and lots of trees. Trees everywhere. I think there's 30 trees on this property. It's also bigger than the other house, the yard, but so many trees that need a lot of maintenance. So I'm here with some of my favorite tree maintenance devices. Fun thing. The very first, and this always goes back to power stations and electricity and solar, but the very first Blue Eddy I got was to trim trees. I bought this pole saw several years ago to cut trees in and around my old neighborhood, which had a lot of trees. Free firewood forever, you just got to go get it. But I bought this electric pole saw, this Sunjo thing, and it's been very nice. And initially I was using it with one of my Honda generators, and then later I bought the Blue Eddy AC180, and I used it with this. That's why I bought it, was to use with this and be a little more civilized. And I'll put a picture maybe up here of that. But this pole saw is great. It's still a workhorse. It's great if you're up in the air and all that. I also bought a nice little plug-in chainsaw. This is actually less powerful than the pole saw, just a little bit. And then, you know, it gets tiring to carry cords around and stuff. So I've got a little Ryobi brushless trim saw. It cuts. It cuts pretty well. It's just, it's not the fastest thing. When you want speed and you like noise and you love two strokes, the Stihl MS261. It's a beast. It's 4 horsepower. It's yeah, this is one of my favorite devices. But you can't reach all these trees from the ground, and I don't like using chainsaws on ladders. It's just scary. So I got something new to try, another pole saw. This is I'm not exactly sure how to say this. Get up a little closer. SEESII 16 foot. It says battery powered convertible pole saw hand pruner. Apparently you can take the pole out and just put the battery right on the power head. But I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way, and we're gonna open this up and see what it's got. And it's a little cool today, but we're gonna go out and do some tree cutting. Probably gonna change the clothes after the batteries are charged, and yeah. All right, so let's see what's in the box here. I've got the camera up kind of high. It might be a weird angle, but this is a long box, and the saw is gonna be long. So I'm trying to set up a shot that works. We'll see what we get. But this is not yet opened, and it is very well taped. Let's see what we got here. I, by the way, have had this since we bought the house. I've had this for about 2 months, and it's just been, well, if you're from North America, you know, it's been just absolutely bitterly cold, and been waiting for, you know, nicer weather. So let's see here. We've got some foam. We've got, oh, it's very nice blue-green, sort of, yeah, I like the color. So there's a handle part down there. There's a battery connector up here, so put your battery on down there, and yeah, this might be interesting. Okay, here is, oh, look how cute that is. It's got the, look, it's a little tiny 8-inch chainsaw. It's so cute. So we're gonna try to stay somewhat safe. What else is in the box? We've got a little accessory kit here. Well, let me just put it all out here. A book, this stuff, just drop that. Okay, so we have a charger brick, a very well packed in this foam battery. Okay, it says 21 volt, 4 amp hour. Another one, 21 volt, 4 amp hour. And we've got little battery displays. That one has 3 bars. This one has also 3 bars, so very nice. I'm gonna tuck that in there so it doesn't blow away. Put all that down there. Okay, so let's take a look at how this works. There's of course a book. We may or may not get to that. Accessory pack. There's an extra chain, there's safety glasses, there's a cute little oiler bottle, there's an auxiliary handle, there's a screwdriver, some sort of shoulder carry strap, and a set of gloves. These like dipped gloves, by the way, are fantastic for like working on your car, changing tires, things like that. Good gloves. We'll put that with that. All right, so pull the safety thing off. I'm not sure, or the scabbard. I'm not so sure about this little flippy top thing. Those aren't my favorite. There's, okay. So there is, this is just like the Ryobi. There's a manual oiler button here and a little oiler reservoir. So we'll put oil in that at some point. Okay, so there's a stud here. So you can screw your auxiliary handle in there just like you would with an angle grinder, I guess, to get more leverage on it. We probably won't need that. Let's pop a battery in. Seems very positive. And, oh, see, it's a right-handed device. I have a problem with right-handed devices. There's a button, safety button, it's only on the left side. So, button, okay, it turns. Can I actuate it with my, it's awkward, but it works. Let's try it on the pole. So, this is just a battery adapter here on the base, snaps on. Seems fairly solid. There's a button here you can press and articulate it. Put your battery on the bottom. Okay, does that... Can we see it? Yeah, it turns. How far can we extend it? We're probably going to go way out of frame here. Oh, I can feel the internal cord fighting me as I extend it. That's about what it's got. So that is, well, it doesn't want to stay up. Okay, so there's some adjustment screws on here. Adjust these clamps. There we go, that's way better. So that's, can I get back a little bit? Can we get it all in frame? That's pretty good reach. I don't know what that is. Yeah, this one needs adjustment too. Tighten it just a little. So I can reach, on the ground, 7.5 feet. So that's 9 foot from the ground, 9 foot reach, 10 foot. Yeah. I think this will work. Let me go charge the batteries up the rest of the way. We will put some oil in it, things like that, and go find something to cut. See you in a bit. We're out here the next day. It is beautiful. Birds are chirping. There's some wind blowing, so I apologize if there's some wind noise. But I've got the guy assembled. Take the scabbard back off. I put oil in it. It took maybe 30 press and holds of this primer bulb to get oil on the chain. I actually took the bar off and made sure that oil was coming out of the oiler hole. It only gives you like a drop at a time, but these electric saws don't really run super high chain speed, and therefore don't generate as much heat and don't really need quite as much oil, I've noticed. So that's probably fine, but just be aware, something like this with a little manual oiler button, it may take quite a bit. So let's hit the button here, and it runs. And again, this is brushless, so it's got a bit of a slow start. It doesn't just, you know, smack the chain with the full motor speed. But I have right behind me here my first victim. This is a dead pine branch, and we'll see how it goes through that. That was easy. Let's go find something else. And we are now handheld, and we've got a little bit bigger dead pine branch. Let's give that a try. Yeah, felt good. Here we've got this kind of weird little offshoot right here from this. I think it's a hickory. Let's give that a go. This is, compared to the bar here, that's pretty, it's maybe a 6-inch cut, flush cut. We'll see what we got. That was not a challenge. So here's the bar. That was about halfway into it. Did well. This may be a 4-inch piece of, I think maybe sweet gum or something. It was cut down Christmas Day, so we're just kind of working into bigger and bigger wood with this saw. All right, let's see what she does here. Not a challenge at all. It did help, you know, saws in general, like green wood, they seem to bite in better, but it's, can we see the chips here? That's pretty good chips. We are now out front of the house with the rest of that tree here, and I found a piece that is about as much as you'd ever want to cut with this. We got like 7 inches of that 8-inch bar there. Let's see if we can make a cookie here. I did give it a couple pumps of the oiler, and I'm gonna try and put my foot up here for stability, and let's see what we get. Again, awkward button for left-handed use. Look at that. It cut a cookie. I like it. We are out front now, and I have it on the pole, fully extended. And I did discover something about this pole. So we saw it can articulate. You can push this button right here, and the saw pivots on the end of the pole, but it also rotates. Not exactly sure why you would need to do that. You could just sort of turn your handle in your hand, but I guess it makes it more ergonomic. There's a little collar here, and the whole thing spins on the pole 180 degrees, I guess, so you could cut backwards. It also will pivot backwards completely, which I guess is a nice feature, because they have the safety on here, so you can't back bar it. You can't cut with the top, but you can flip the saw all the way around and cut with the bottom, but upside down. So I'm going to try and get this branch right here that is part of what's blocking and putting debris on my roof, in my gutter, and shading the solar there. But I'm not going to take it off all in one piece. I'm going to do a little bit back here, and then try to take it off at the base because it does hang into the gutter a little bit, and I don't want to drop it in the gutter. So let's see how we do. I think that might be a good angle. Hopefully we're in frame. Yep, that works. Safety button. Where's the button? There's the button. Did you see that? It just chewed right into it. All right, I can take it, we'll take the angle back just a little bit. We don't need that severe. And let's try to flush cut it here. Nice. So that ate right through that. This little saw impressed me. I buried the bar in a piece of wood to make that cookie a minute ago. It cut up there. It reaches what I need it to reach. So this is the SEESII convertible hand pole 8-inch brushless, and I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm gonna keep cutting, and thanks for watching.